So, coming from the Arab world, coming from the Arab region, there are many, many issues. I could give a long, long list of issues that are both important for social sciences, for our concepts, our frameworks, our analysis, but also that are very important for policy makers and for designing policy interventions. Given that I cannot sort of go into all of these issues, I would say that obviously the topic of social mobilization and the factors that lead people to pour into the streets in hundreds and thousands, possibly larger numbers, has always been a challenge for social science, even in classical social theory. This is an issue that many social scientists have grappled with, and philosophers and historians and so on. I think what's really important for us to understand at this moment in the Arab region is what does this kind of mass mobilization in the streets express? What does it express in terms of people's desires, in terms of their ambitions, in terms of the kind of response they're looking for who they're addressing themselves to? Are they addressing themselves to their government, to their regimes, to the world, to themselves? I think it's all of those things. I think those mass mobilizations in the street is as much people redefining themselves to themselves, as much as articulating sort of new demands or claims or hopes that they have for the future. For me particularly, I'm an anthropologist. I'm interested in issues of identity and belonging, and so this is what attracts me personally to try and understand in these mass mobilizations. In terms of obviously for policy issues, I think policy needs to be attentive to the specific messages that are coming out of these movements. And there's been sort of criticism of some of these movements, not only in the Arab region, but even the Occupy movement and so on, saying they have not articulated their demands. I don't think it's their responsibility to articulate their demands. I think it's the responsibility of those with power and authority to try and understand what these demands are and try to themselves articulate the kind of response on the policy level that needs to be developed and undertaken. In fact, I think most of these movements, their slogans, the words that have emerged, the new words that have emerged out of these movements are remarkably clear. And there's remarkable convergence across the world in what is being demanded. So I know I'm speaking at a very broad level. And so the second challenge, I think, for both social scientists and for the policy community is to see the very local dynamics that are at play that leads to this more sort of collective manifestation. What are the very local causes of unrest and the very local causes of anger and despair that are driving people to come together in these ways?